we are going to be doing a fiber journey throughout Ireland. No, I don't like that. What should I say? Let's see how much it was. I think it was... What is this in? Oh, like, you can put it like this. Yeah, euros. They only had one left, so I picked it up. Okay. Hello, my name is Taylor. Okay, so we are in Ireland and we have made quite a few stops to different woolen mills in Ireland so far. And now we are off to our next part of the journey. We are going to Cliffs of Moher, and right now we're on a ferry. I recently went to the Almont Fiber Fest. Just all the fibers. I posted on my Instagram, but so I had bought a bunch of roving, okay? Basically, I spent the whole day yesterday trying to figure out how to spin my own yarn. So I have a little hand spindle. Now I will let you know, I do not know the proper terminology. This is the first time I am trying spinning you know, my own yarn from roving. I started practicing on this beautiful dyed colorway. If I find who made this, the local artist that made this, I'm gonna put their information or a picture of the tag here. I just can't remember off the top of my head, but she was so lovely and she helped me pick out a fiber, and she basically told me that when you are starting your own spinning, oh, drop spindle, that's what it's called. So when you're using your own drop spindle for the first time, it's better to get a little bit of thicker yarn so that it kind of sticks to the drop spindle and it's not sliding everywhere. So she helped me pick out a nice, honestly a beautiful color blend. It's very fall, it's very like autumn. So this was my first true attempt at it. I will say, as you pull the thread out or the yarn out, yes, it does not look even. However, I am very proud of how it turned out, because if you think about it, I spun all of this by hand. Okay, so it took me quite a while, and it was quite a learning process, and I feel like as you're going through it, you kind of learn techniques. Now I will say, I'm aware that when I'm drop spindling, probably not holding it correctly, and I'm honestly probably not doing it correctly. I watched a few videos on it, and I even got my boyfriend to try, and he had a hard time figuring out how to hold it as well. So honestly, it's not a very intuitive motion. It's kind of awkward at first, and honestly, as you can see, I'm sitting on my couch. I want to be comfortable while doing it, so I don't necessarily want to have it like in front of me. So what I've been doing is holding it. I'm still spinning, but I wrap it around, and rather than kind of like letting it spin in front of me, which I will say, just even this motion took me a while to figure out, because I found it would spin back the other way. So I figured out you just let it spin a little bit, and then that's your thread. Like, you don't have to over twist it. So sometimes I will hold it up in front of me, but I'm still obviously trying to figure out when to stop it. But yeah, basically if I'm sitting and kind of watching something, I'll also spin it like this. I'll hold it beside me. Now, like I said, I'm new, I'm still learning, and as you can see, I literally just got the tail woven into the end there. My whole plan is to try and have some yarn spun for Scotland, and I really want to start knitting with it in Scotland, because I just think it would be so neat having this natural fiber wool that I've spun myself. To get good at anything, it's really just practice. I remember the first time I was knitting even, or crocheting, and it was so bad. So yeah, and like obviously I know the proper way to do it is holding it between your legs, you know, having it on the ground, but I'm just kind of playing around with different ways you can do it, because for example, I want to even see if I can bring this in my suitcase to Scotland, and you know, when we are on train rides and things like that, or just hanging out, I just want to be able to see if I can take it with me. So I'm trying to figure out different ways to hold it that are still comfortable. I'm hoping to get some good opportunities to knit, to crochet, to work with my fibers that I'm working so hard on making. I'm hoping to get an opportunity to work with them in Scotland.
So I completed 3 balls of spinning my own yarn, and I'm very happy with how they turned out. I have pink, white, and the blended colorway, and then I have some of the roving left of the blended colorway, so I am hoping to be able to get that done soon.
Top on, the pants, look at that. So we just went to the Cushendale Woollen Mills. We didn't know it closed for lunch, but we went back after lunch and we got a few items. So I had to remember that it was converted back into Canadian dollars. So I tried to be a little mindful of my spending, but they had some carded wool, and it's this beautiful silver wool. Okay, let's see how much it was. $4.75. What are we doing? Euros, I think, right? Yeah, euros. So this beautiful silver carded wool, which I'm gonna use my drop spindle to spin. And then we have this beautiful red mohair. They only had one left, so I picked it up. It's really lovely. Don't know what I'll make out of it yet. And then I also picked up this lovely navy blue mohair. It was beautiful, and each one was 18.50 euros. So total, how much did I spend? $41.25. So we'll see when we get back to Canada how much that is on the card, but I'm very happy with everything. And okay, we are here at the Blarney Mills. Let's see, the Blarney Woollen Mills. I'm gonna see if there is wool. I'm honestly not too sure if you can buy any, but we went here for dinner last night and it was lovely. So we're gonna go check it out today. We're going to see if there's wool up here. Oh, I think we're in the right spot. Okay, we have found the mother load. I am going to see if you can actually purchase this yarn. It looks like it only comes in a big bag, so I think I'm going to ask if you can buy it individually. Okay, it looks like I found the individual bundles. There we go. That's a little bit more of a reasonable price. And remember, we're converting this back to Canadian dollars, so I'm always trying to stay mindful of the conversion rate because it is not very good right now. Lots of colors though to choose from. See, I always try to go for new colors, but in the end, the white is just so beautiful. Wow, I really like this. This is a beautiful blend. This green is stunning as well. I do have a few greens. Also in the background, they're showing videos of sheep, and horses, so that's why, and water. So that's why it's so loud over here. But they also, oh my gosh, they have this beautiful colorway. And I wonder what it's made out of. 90% merino wool, 10% nylon. Now I want to see what this is. %, pure new wool. Wow. Isn't that wonderful? I think I might have to get some of that. Wow, this is a beautiful color though. I may have to get some of this. I'm going to consult with my boyfriend. I think he has really good eye for color, so we're gonna see what he chooses. Okay, so we decided on the black with the orange spots in it, and then to complement it, the orange. So now we're gonna look at some sweaters for my boyfriend and see if we can find anything also.
I used to only buy acrylic yarn, and then I recently became very conscientious of the plastic that was actually in the acrylic yarn. So I fully switched over to 100% pure wool or some components of wool. The benefits of knitting with wool is that when you're wearing the clothing, it is so lightweight and it truly helps, wick off any kind of sweat. And here at the Almont Fiber Fest, we were watching sheep shearing, and it was so interesting to see it come off and how rich the color was. And when I was petting the sheep at this petting farm in Ireland, there was oils on the sheep's skin, and I remember the sheep shearer talking about that, and he was saying how it is used to protect the sheep's wool. To be petting the sheep and just really feeling their fibers firsthand, and it was such a fun and cool experience in Ireland. And if you guys ever get to do the dingle loop, you will most likely be able to pet some animals. I think there might be a slight misconception outside of the knitting and fiber community that shearing animals is harmful to them, but it is so beneficial to them. It helps them regulate their body temperature a lot better. And obviously the wool is 100% natural. It is so much more sustainable for our projects that we are knitting with. Being in Ireland, this was a great time to learn about kind of the history of fashion and textiles and how people who came to this land worked with the wool. One of the museums that we went to in Ireland really talked about weaving and making clothing from these natural fibers from the animals, and it was super interesting just to see how they utilized what a natural animal gave them, and it really made me feel connected to the wool that I want to knit with. And even this extends into sewing, working with cotton, silk, and natural fibers.